Booyaka! Hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. I say hey everyone, of course I've just gone live so nobody's even in here currently watching this, so I'm just talking to myself. But for anybody who is watching this afterwards, hi everyone. Just a quick little preview for you for the Europa League game tomorrow night against Saint Etienne. Manchester United versus Saint Etienne in the Europa League. It's at Old Trafford. You know, surely we've got to be battering these Frenchies. Simon Bennett. Oh, somebody is in here watching. Good afternoon to you too, Simon. Now, of course, United are going to be favourites going into this game. We should be. You know, we've never actually, I was looking at some stats before the game, we've never actually lost against French opposition at home, ever. So, you know, we certainly shouldn't be losing this game. I mean, Saint Etienne's form in the league over in France is good. If you look at their 5 games, they've lost 1 and won the other 4. But it's a complete Mickey Mouse league. That means absolutely nothing. They're completely gashtastic. You know, in terms of the quality, the Premier League is much stronger, a lot more strength and depth, so you can't really compare. I mean, United's league form is a couple of wins and a few draws, so if you're going in it on form, then Saint Etienne's form is great. But like I say, it's a complete Mickey Mouse league, so it doesn't really impress me too much. I mean, Man United, we've never lost against a French team, so I'm expecting us to go out there and batter them. I think we'll be looking for a comfortable 2-0 victory. And I think the man who's going to be the key focal point tomorrow night and finish off the moves is going to be that man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And why do I say that? Well, another stat that I saw before the game is that he scored 14 goals against Saint Etienne throughout his career, which is more than he has scored against any other side in the world. So I think he likes playing against Saint Etienne, doesn't he, old Zlatan? And it doesn't look like any signs of slowing down from him. So I'm expecting a big game from him. Anthony Martial had a fantastic performance the other day. Hopefully he's convinced Jose Mourinho to select him in his side now. I'm expecting the 3 in behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic to be Anthony Martial on that left-hand side, who looks pretty much like the tastiest left winger in the world. That sounded a bit homo, but I didn't mean it like that. I just meant he looks absolutely quality. That performance the other day was brilliant. The amount of times he's cut in and caused problems was insane. And I'm expecting him to do the same thing again against Saint Etienne tomorrow evening. And then, of course, Mata and Mkhitaryan making up. I think we will see Pogba and Herrera starting as those 2 midfielders. Paul Pogba is an interesting one for him on a personal level because his brother Florentin Pogba is actually a defender for Saint Etienne and having a good season. So it's going to be interesting to see that battle of the brothers there, see who's going to come out on top. I'm expecting the player who cost £89 million to come out on freaking top. But we all know football is not based on figures, it's based on how you actually perform out there on the pitch. So, you know, who knows? We could just see Florentin Pogba stake a claim and just mug his brother completely off. Hopefully not. Hopefully Paul Pogba's going to be controlling this game. It's going to be a big game for Paul, of course, playing against the French side. He's from France. So I'm expecting a big performance from Paul Pogba, as I always am, because he cost, let me say it again, 89 million freaking pounds. Oh my days. So, yeah, prediction for the game, I reckon, like I say, 2-0 to Manchester United. Comfortable victory for us. We've got to go into the second leg tie over at their place next Wednesday in a very comfortable position because you don't want to be playing away ties against anybody at this stage in the Europa League without a good, comfortable cushion. And I think if we've got a couple of goal cushion, then that should be enough to see us safely through to the next round. But let's all just take a moment, actually. Let's all just take a moment to laugh at Barcelona. Oh, shouldn't really be laughing at Barcelona. They've had a lot of success over the years, but they lost 4-0 last night to PSG. It doesn't get any less funny each time I say it, but it happened. Unfortunately, that little gnome, Di Maria, scored a couple of goals on his birthday as well. Where does this come from? Why couldn't he do that at United? You know, he's a complete little troll, that bloke. I hate him. I actually hate Di Maria. I'll put it out there right now. But you know, it's always interesting to see Barcelona get absolutely battered, and it's going to be the first time in about a decade they've not made it out the last 16 in the Champions League. So, you know, that's football. It's not easy days. I'm saying we should batter Saint Etienne tomorrow night. Who knows what's going to happen? Who actually knows? But the rest of the side, I sort of went off on a tangent there laughing at Barca, but I was going to talk about the side that I think is going to be selected. I think Phil Jones is still out. There's a lot of speculation about Luke Shaw coming in and claiming that left-hand spot, which, you know, Rojo's been taking for a little while. I think that's the right move. If Luke Shaw's fit, we've got to throw him in there. Luke Shaw, Bailey, Smalling and Valencia making up the back line. Pogba, Herrera, Mata, Mkhitaryan, Martial and Ibrahimovic up front. And, of course, David De Gea. in goal. It sounds like a pretty strong sign, and I'm expecting it to be enough to see off Saint Etienne and go into that second leg with a very comfortable victory. But there we go, only time will tell. I'm going to be doing a live stream for the game tomorrow night, hoping to get Henry Hotspur involved, but haven't heard back yet, so we'll see about that. But if not, I will certainly be doing a live stream on my own, so make sure you come back and check out the channel for the live stream. Be kicking off about 8 o'clock, so come back and get involved for that. You can comment and, get involved as per usual. Is this still working? I think it's still working. A couple of other just news articles I wanted to talk about today that's been announced is apparently Manchester United had an £85 million bid turned down for Thomas Muller by Bayern Munich in the summer. What a load of old shit that is. We're too busy spending 89 million on Pogba to worry about paying 85 on Thomas. But no, he is a top player. I've always really rated him. He always seems to perform in the big games as well. He would have been a player I'd like to have seen come to Manchester United, but not for 85 million. Are you taking the piss? 85 million players. How many good players can you get for that money? The world has gone mad. Football has gone mad. And don't get me wrong, he is in that sort of second tier of top quality players around Europe, maybe even encroaching on the top tier, especially in terms of how much of a talisman he is for Germany, how many goals he scores at big tournaments, etc. Guy's a beast. But 85 mil? No. And if that is true, if the executive over at Bayern Munich who's said that, if he's not lying, then are we seriously prepared to spend 85 million on Thomas Muller? It's madness. I mean, surely you can get two players of the quality of Thomas Muller for that, or am I just a little bit behind the times? Has football really gone that mad? I suppose if you're paying 89 mil for Paul Pogba, then yeah, maybe it has. Maybe it freaking has. Also, Jesus, the not the the Son of God, but Jesus, the player who plays for Man City, the young 19-year-old wonder kid who's featured in their side quite a lot recently. He's been very prominent in their side. He's performed. He's scored goals. He's actually broken his foot or his toe or something. I'm not going to laugh at that. Nobody likes to see a professional get injured. But I did see the headline "Jesus breaks foot" yesterday, which I thought was quite entertaining. That's not the freaking least of it, pal. But he's broken his foot, so he's actually out. But guess who they've got to come in to replace him? It's only Sergio Aguero. So I don't think they'll be too worried about it. In other news, Pep Guardiola has apparently been trying to convince Manuel Neuer to leave Bayern Munich and go to Man City. We all know Man City's problems in terms of the goalkeeping position. They need to get themselves a top quality keeper to match the rest of their side, really. Because Claudio Bravo is a complete mare. And each game that he plays, each game that it goes on where Man City are struggling in their goalkeeper position, I do just have a little bit of a laugh to myself. Because I think, you got rid of Joe Hart, great shot stopper, maybe not the best goalkeeper in the world, but certainly a very good Premier League goalkeeper. You look at the likes of maybe Liverpool or Everton, and, most of the other top sides, apart from perhaps United and Spurs, who already have much better goalies, then pretty much every other Premier League side would be interested in Joe Hart. I think so anyway. Maybe not Arsenal, they've got Petr Cech, but if they didn't have Petr Cech, you better believe they'd be interested in Joe Hart. I know Joe Hart's not had the best of seasons over playing in Torino, but I still think he's a good goalkeeper, so I think Pep's caused all of his own problems there. And do I see Manuel Neuer going to Man City, leaving Bayern at this stage? I don't really think so. They'd have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for him. And I don't see it happening. I think he's happy there. He's pretty much the best goalkeeper in the world. Him and David De Gea are in their own special bracket. They are the Messi and Ronaldo of goalkeepers. So I don't see that move happening whatsoever. That pretty much wraps it up. I just thought I'd have a little chat with you guys about, of course, the big game tomorrow night against Saint Etienne. Why can't I say that? Is it Saint Etienne? Saint Etienne? I really struggle with that. But Saint Etienne, we have got tomorrow night in the Europa League. Huge game. We need a big performance. I'm expecting Zlatan Ibrahimovic to score, as he always does against Saint Etienne, if you're going on previous history. But I actually do think the two goal scorers for Manchester United are going to be Zlatan and Anthony Martial, based on how he played the other day, and based on the fact that he's also French. He knows Saint Etienne. It's going to be a big game for him personally. So looking forward to it, hoping that we manage to get the result. I'm going to take a couple of questions now, just that people are commenting. Let's have a look. So, Schoolboy Q says Rashford or Martial, keep one or sell one. I mean, that's a ridiculous. I'd 100% keep them both. I know that's not the question you asked. If I had to get rid of one of them, based on how they've been over the last couple of seasons, I'd probably just about keep Anthony Martial, just because he looks that little bit more consistent, little bit more quality. I know Rashford had a ridiculous breakout season. He's still a lot younger than Anthony Martial. He's also English. That's a big plus point for playing in an English team. And he is going to be the future of England in a lot of ways. I hope so, anyway. So it's a really tough question, that one, mate, to actually answer. But just about, I'd give it to Anthony Martial. Let's have a look. So Zlatan and Rashford, I think. Oh, Supreef, Sacra. Sorry, mate, that's too much of a mouthful. But he says, you're the best, mate. Thanks very much. You guys are the best for tuning in. There's no more questions actually coming through here. Maybe my phone's having a mare, but there we are. Just going to keep it short and sweet. Europa League game tomorrow night against Saint Etienne. We're going to batter them 2-0. We better batter them 2-0 because if we don't get the lead, a significant lead to take into the away leg, then, you know, it could be very, very dodgy indeed. We've all seen what happens if you don't get a good first leg. Look at the game last night against Barca. I mean, do you really think Barca are going to beat PSG 5-0? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, we've got another question here. Do you think we should sell Smalling this summer? I mean, I don't personally, no. I think he's a good squad player. He's a good Wes Brown type player, a good John O'Shea type player. He's not your Vidic. He's not your Ferdinand. He's never going to be that. But he can be a good squad player. He's also reasonably versatile, can play it right back, etc. I'd keep Chris Smalling around. Plus, he's English. He has been a decent servant to United, and over the last couple of seasons before Mourinho has actually come into the side, you'd have to say Chris Smalling has been our best defender. So let's not just forget about that. Let's not get rid of him and discard him just yet. I think he's still got something to offer Manchester United. Yes, we do need to improve the centre-back positions. I think we've got Bailey in there who's going to be class, but I'd like to see a real top-quality defender come in, like a Laporte or, just a top-quality centre-back to come in rather than a bit of a ropey one, which seems like we have at times. I think if you look at the top 3 or 4 sides in the country and compare their defences to United's defence comes out bottom in terms of quality, and that's a bit worrying. That's not good when you're Manchester United. We need to have the best defence in the league, not the worst out of the top sides contending anyway. So there we go. That pretty much wraps it up for the preview. If you tuned in, I know it's a bit of a random time. It's a wet Wednesday, round about lunchtime, so I'm not expecting very many people to be actually watching this right now. So if you tuned in, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And like I say, I'll be doing that live stream for the game tomorrow night. So tune in about 8 o'clock on the channel for my live commentary and match reaction. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Please do chuck a like on this video and make sure you come back after this is published and comment in the comment section with your team selections and also your predictions for the game in terms of scores. Thank you guys very much for watching this. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8. And until next time, have yourself a freaking good one. Come on, United!